Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Life of an Average Joe podcast. Adjust this. Whoa, that is not enough. Oh, my God. Almost lost the light, guys. Situation under control. Oh, man. Anyway. All right, guys. Hey, we're back with the Life of an Average Joe podcast. I'm Brandon Avera, and I'm here to talk about spooky season. Look, so I was talking to my buddy the other day. Well, okay. Let me rewind. Oh, my back hurts. I got invited. Well, kind of got invited to a party. Okay, and it was a very nonchalant situation. It's a kind of a Halloween party, so I'm in. Right, I'm interested. Whether I can go or not, who knows? Whether I do go or not, who knows? Um, and it was from the girl that I was dating for a while. There, she invited me out. It wasn't that she like came out and was like, "Hey, you're invited." It was we were talking, and she's like, "Dude, I kind of want you to go because I think we'd have a really good time. How do you feel about that?" Now, mind you, we're not like dating anymore, right? Um, I'm just gonna mess with my cords and stuff while we talk about this situation. So I'm like, dude, you know, yes, I'm mature enough to be friends with somebody that I'm not dating anymore and all that. But what's gonna happen is because I like her, still like her. I wish it would have worked out. But, I mean, I'm not like sitting at home drinking wine crying about it. I'm just saying I wish it would have worked out. Um, Life happens. There's nothing I can do about that. But what's going to happen is we're going to go. We're going to have a good time. Okay. Inevitably, drunken conversations by somebody is going to come up. Maybe by her and I. Maybe her and I get wasted. And then we get into one of those moments where one of us is in our feels or something slips, and then all of a sudden we slip, and then I'm slipping, and you know what? And next thing I know, bam, we're back in it. And I don't want that. I mean, it would be cool because I'm sure she's going to look great in whatever costume she wears. Um, but I don't want that because, like I said, I have respect for her. If she was just some stupid chick, then I'd go to the party, do my thing, and whatever happens, happens. If nothing happens, nothing happens. But I was thinking about Halloween parties, and that's what got me on this subject. Guys, I'm tired too. It's late. It is so late. I'm going to go to bed after this. But I'm off. While I'm recording this, I'm off tomorrow again. So all I got to do is take Luke to school and then go home and chill. And I'm drinking a beer, which I don't really want, but it was given to me and they told me to try it, so I am. It's okay. It's not great. It's okay. It'll be my last one of the night. It's my only one of the night. And I was thinking about Halloween parties. And over the years, I have had a lot of Halloween parties. I would go big. We're talking big costume parties. I got a keg. When I was married, we would have them costume contests and all sorts of things. We'd give away prizes. I did a Franconia Oktoberfest keg once. God, I had all kinds of barrel aged beers and shots and Jello shots, and then even going all the way back into Michigan, I would have so many Halloween parties because it is my favorite time of year. Obviously, as Luke got older and I got divorced and life happens, I haven't had a Halloween party in a while. I am supposed to get together with my buddies. I think we're going to watch a horror movie and have a glass of wine. But not really a Halloween party. But it got me thinking of so many over the years. I've driven to Halloween parties in other states. I've thrown Halloween parties at so many bars and nightclubs. So, it's a thing. But two in particular stuck out to me. And I want to talk about the one first because it was weird. They both have somewhat interesting moments. Okay. This is one Halloween party. It's in South Lyon. That's where my parents are. And that's where, I went to high school. And it wasn't far from me. Let me put it this way. I've been to this house before and I could walk there. It's not great. I'm not saying it's like miles and miles away, but there's not a good way to get there. And you got to go down dirt roads. And at night, those dirt roads are pitch freaking black. Okay. You have to remember pre-cell phone. Pre-cell phones, guys. Okay. When I would walk. Now, at this particular Halloween party, I think I had a cell phone. But again, we drove. But my point is, I've been to this house multiple times. So this, for parties, this particular person was a friend of mine. We very rarely hung out together one-on-one. Not because we didn't get along, but it was just, she was a particular, social girl. She always dated weird people. It's so weird. She is a very, if I was to say, a stereotypical, image of a pretty blonde chick, she is that. She is that, and I'm not putting her down. She is that generic carbon, if there's a machine that you pull the trigger and it's like, blonde chick, hot blonde chick, that's her. So yeah, great, whatever, But she'd always date these freaking weird hillbilly backwoods. Weird. So weird. Maybe that was her thing. I mean, she married one. I mean, good for her if she's happy, but they never fit because she was such a, and maybe that's why it works because they were so opposites, but she would have these parties. So she was kind of always friends with a lot of people, but she never really hung out one-on-one with me. She's very much like a social, her house was a hub. Okay. A hub for get-togethers and a hub for parties. So I'd gone there numerous times. I'd gone there to go swimming. And again, God, my side hurts. My back hurts. Again, it was never really like a one-on-one situation. You just go, there'd be 4 or 5 people there. And inevitably, I know who they were and whatever. So she was putting on a Halloween party. And I remember this girl because I don't want to say too much, but she strived to be in Playboy or Victoria's Secrets. Real aspirations there. And good for her if she did. I don't think she did. But that was she wanted to be a model. Part of that was her parents. Her parents forced that on her in beauty pageants and stuff. But she was cool. But that whole side of what you think she would be she very much was. Let me adjust this, guys. I need more snare in my headphones. More snare in my headphones, please. Anyway, so I hate the way I sound right now. So that just kind of sets up the picture. So when you go to her party, they were big, and her themed parties. We're not talking get a couple kegs, sit in the back, jump in the lake. We're talking themed parties. She had a Christmas party. She had a Halloween party. She had a Valentine's Day party. They were decorated. Food, the whole shebang. She and her parents knew that she was doing this, and they contributed. They had the giant pool barn, party barn in the back. This was this was a life. Couches, TVs, pool tables, music, boom, phenomenal. So you knew when you were going to her party, it was going to be decorated, animatronics, just cobwebs, smoke, great music, bobbing for apples, bobbing for Jello shots, just fun, amazing. And then inevitably, what was really cool was no matter how bad you got drunk, no matter how wasted you got, the situation you were in, it was one of those parties where there was never, ever an incident, except for this, but never a fight, never bunch of testosterone or, the other thing too was, I remember her parties being a lot of alcohol. I don't remember there being a lot of drugs there. It was very we didn't want to ruin a good thing. If we wanted to go get messed up, there were plenty of other parties. We could go smoke, trip, do some snort some lines. Plenty of parties we could go to for that. This we wanted to respect and never wanted that situation to disappear. And it didn't until we all got older and moved and all that. Her house is still there. Her parents still live in South Lyon, by the way. And when I go back home, I see it and I go, I have a lot of memories there. So the party was cool. And she would set up games. We would have pool tables. So you'd have people dancing. You'd have people playing the games. You'd have people just chilling. There was a smoking section. Everybody respected it. Um, it's just fun, you know? And some of the games were your typical, like, cheesy Halloween games, like close your eyes and stick your hand in here and feel, the brains and it's spaghetti, or like, ooh, this is a zombie's eyeball and it's jello, And there were other games that she would do, and I remember there was a Ouija board, and I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but I don't mess with that. I think it's crazy that they sell them at Target. I think it's insane that you used to be able to buy those at Toys R Us. I don't play with the Ouija board. I don't want a Ouija board in my house. I won't let Luke have one. I don't play in it. Brandon, it's just a board. Yes, I hear you. The Fisher-Price Mattel Ouija boards are just that. I know there's others out there. I just don't think that we need to be in a state, and I was talking to Stuart about this on one of our upcoming shows. Whether you believe in ghosts, demons, heaven, or hell, there are things in this earth and there are things in this world that are older than us, that have been around a lot longer than we will ever be around. I don't think that we need to play around with opening doors to that type of thinking, to that type of life, to those type of situations. I don't think it's a good idea. And I don't think it should be marketed towards kids as a game. I just don't. I think that it's a dangerous situation. And I think that dangerous situation, whether it's real or not, can turn volatile. And I don't think anybody should play with that. So I don't mess with Ouija boards. And we had, when, I don't want to say it was played with, like, guys, my side is hurting again. And I thought it was gone, and now it's, I don't want to say that people were, like, sitting down, like, trying to contact the dead. You'd have to be like, come on, let's play. And you'd be like, are you a jerk off? Yes, a bunch of drunk. But as the night went on, this girl that I met that night, because I wasn't dating anybody at the time, and there was a girl there. I'll never forget her because she was stunning to me at the time. Who knows if she really was. She could look like Gollum for all I know. But she was gorgeous and shy. But we talked and we had some drinks and we danced. And I kept on, like, I go make my rounds. I come back. She was there. And we started to have something. And I was like, okay. And this, again, I'm younger, so I'm not proud of a lot of this. This could go either way. Party time, and then I never talk to her again. Or relationship. That's the only two options in my mind, right? And she didn't go to our school. But to this day, I don't know who she was with. Who invited her, what friends she was with. She seemed to know most people. But she didn't go to our school. I knew that. And she wasn't like a sister of one of my friends or somebody that did go. I don't know. And I remember as the night got on, and we were drinking, and I was drinking pretty good. Because again, worst case scenario, I'll crash there. I'll go home with somebody, or I'll just walk home. Who cares? And I remember her saying, watching this group, a couple of friends of mine, I'm not going to name them, playing with the Ouija board. And they were into it. Like, they were very mellow. They kind of moved it to a more calmer place. And they were really focused on the Ouija board. Asking it the obvious questions. Is there anybody here? How do we know you're real? All these things. Whether they were sliding the triangle, whatever, the manual satanic cursor, whether they were sliding that to letters or answers, I don't know. I wasn't part of it, but I noticed it as I was talking to her. She was very much distracted and focused on the Ouija board. So I asked her, have you never seen one of those before? And she goes, oh, yeah. She goes, I have. She goes, I've done it too. And I go, oh, okay. She's like, I'm just waiting for our turn. I'm like, our turn for what? I'm like, what? What's our turn? And she's like, to play the Ouija board, to try it out. I go, oh, no. There's no we or are in that conversation. If you want to do that, you're on your own. I told her, I said, I don't do that. And she's like, well, I think you should. It can hold answers. The sound that I heard was the other shoe dropping. Okay, she's hot. She's weird. Now she's the devil. And I go, yeah, whatever. I said, you got to believe in it, and I don't. She goes, then why don't you do it if you don't believe in it? I go, because I don't think we should play with it. Well, then you got to believe in it. I go, no, I just don't think we should play with it. Well, I want to try it. Are you going to watch me? No. Why don't you come get me when you're done? I'm going to talk to my boy. And I walked over there. She stared at me. She watched me walk all the way to the other side, talk to my boy. And she stared at me for a couple minutes. And then she looked back at the Ouija board. Okay. I don't know what happened. Time went by. How long time? How many minutes? I don't know. I walked outside. I talked to my buddy, talked to my friends, did another shot, hung out, did a little beer pong. I mean, I would say significant amount of time, but not hours. And I go back, and she's there, but a new group of people are there with her. A couple people I know, a couple people I don't. She is still focused. So I went up to her. I said, hey, how's it going? She's like, don't talk to me till I'm done. Okay. And she gave me like this dark, like pissed off look. Like I interrupted her. Like she was about to win $1 million and I just interrupted her. And I'm like, I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling anything that's happening right now. I'm not into it. So her immediate hotness is vaporizing in front of me because she is so dead set on looking at this Ouija board and really playing with it and like diving into questions. She's like, I think somebody's here and please tell us. And like at this point, a lot of the people were outside, a lot of the people left. The party size is smaller. It's still going on. I'm just burping over here. It's still going on, but it's smaller, significantly smaller. Okay. I need to like get this chick out of here because maybe she's drunk. Maybe she's, she's in that weird drunk. Instead of her feels, she's into conjuring up demons right now. Maybe I should break that cycle. Maybe I should get her some water, get her home. Maybe Denny's, maybe a Grand Slam and some coffee, and we can get out of this, and that'll be it. So as I go to approach her again, she sticks her hand out. Like I got close. She didn't even look at me. She sticks her hand out. God, my back hurts, guys. And like touches me. And it's like, don't say anything. I'm like, what? Now, Brandon should have left. I should have just been like, who cares? I don't even remember this chick's name. What do I care about? I don't know her. I'm done. This party's taking a turn, right? But she is pretty hot. And I'm thinking to myself, there's a chance of something. We're going to get out of the relationship conversation and just go for the party situation. And I was like, hey. And she's like, I told you, don't talk to me. And she got like this growl in her voice. Now, not like a dog, but like a, don't talk to me. And I'm like, she's drunk or on something. And everybody that's there is looking at me and I go, and they're like, and she's like, if you're there, and I'm like, look. And all of a sudden she just slid the board and goes, okay, you ruined it. You destroyed it. And she storms off. What are you talking about? What did I destroy? Where am I? And storms off in all her hotness. And I look at everybody. I'm like, has she been this way? Like the whole time? They're like, dude, it got real intense. I don't know what happened, but everything felt weird. Like we felt weird. We felt this like real heaviness as we were trying to just enjoy the fun night and play the game. Everything felt heavy. Like I felt like I couldn't take my fingers off the board. And I'm like, okay, guys, you're drunk and I'm done and I don't care. And I go, this is why you don't play with this crap. So I walk away and I'm thinking to myself, I gotta let this girl go, but I am the white guy in the horror movie, right? And I'm like, I'm going to find out what's happening. So I kind of go looking for her. I can't find her anywhere. I don't see her outside. I don't see her in any of the rooms. I don't see her by the cars. I don't see her. Did she just walk home? Where is she? Did she vanish? Is she upstairs? Like, I don't know where she is in the pool barn. She's nowhere, and I'm not going out in the woods to look for her or down the dark road unless I'm going home. I'm talking to my buddy. I'm like, hey, man, you see her? He's like, no. I'm like, do you know who she is? And he's like, no. Thought you did. I'm like, I just met her tonight. And I see her at the edge of the property, backed up to a field, and you'd have to walk through that field to get to another house. And she's just staring into the dark field. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe she threw up. Maybe she's drunk or high or whatever, and she threw up. And all that attitude I saw had nothing to do with me or the Ouija board. Maybe she threw up. So I kind of walk up and I'm like, hey. And she's like, turns real sharp. She's like, hi. I'm like, you okay? When I tell you that she jumped me, guys, she jumped me. Flat out jumped me. Started kissing my face. I'm like, this girl's drunk. She's diving in. Let go, you know? So we're whatever. And I'm like, it's very aggressive. Like very aggressive, which is fine, but weird aggressive. And she's like, I'm trying not to get R-rated here, guys. Like pushes me up against the, something. I'll just leave it at that. And she's kissing, but she's really biting me, okay? And not in a fun way. Like she bit me hard and drew blood on my lip. It was not fun. It was not fun, 50 Shades of Brandon fun. She like bit me. And I'm like, God. I was like, I'm going to punch her or something, knock her out. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, come with me. And she starts dragging me to the field. And I'm like, no, dude, we can go. There's a lot of cars here. My car's here, actually. We can go. She's like, no, come with me. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And she's like, come with me now. And I'm like, no, I'm good. You're drunk. You need to go home. And she's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. You're coming with me. And I'm like, I'm out. Your hotness is gone and I'm out. So I'm like, I gotta go. I turn around and go, you should head back to the party. We're done. And she just stares at me. She's like, fine. So she starts to walk in front of me and I'm like, God, if she'd just shut up and stop being crazy, this is a beautiful view. And I'm starting to have second doubts. Maybe I should jump back in this craziness. And if I'm going to die, let it be death by psycho, And, which obviously is a bad call, but she had a great outfit on. Everything looked good. I'm young. What do you want from me? Like I said, if I'm going to die, then let me die in a field with a hot chick. She goes into the pool barn and walks up to the next floor. Nobody's up there. And if they were, I don't know about it. And she's like, come here. And I'm like, okay. So I walk upstairs. Again, guys, not my proudest moment. Let's be real. She starts the aggressiveness all over again. It is not sexy. It is borderline violent at this point. And so I kind of grab her to take her off me. I go, dude, I'm good. But you're drunk. Why don't we just chill out? We can hang out again. And she's like, you screwed everything up. You screwed up who I was talking to. I said, you were talking to another guy? Like, go talk to him. And she's like, no, I was talking to somebody else and you screwed it up when you came in and interrupted me. And I'm like, are we talking about the board? You have no idea. And I'm like, She had a look on her face as if she was going to punch me. So I back up. I go, I'm going to leave you alone and let you think about this. If you need a ride home, I'll get you one. But I'm going to go. And I walk downstairs. Don't know nothing. I start telling my people, like, hey, dude, that girl, she's a little crazy. She's saying some things. Everybody's blowing me off. Oh, she's drunk. Oh, she's high. Just leave her alone. Well, just go hit it. And I'm like, I think she might sacrifice me to this person that she's talking to, actually. And I don't think I'm going to reap the benefits from that. I think my heart's just going to be in a bowl, and I'm going to become a lampshade. So, and I'm not even going to get to hit it. So I think I'm good. And everybody's just blowing me off. People start dwindling out. I talk to my friend who threw the party, and I'm like, yeah, I got to go to the bathroom, man. I'm tired of peanuts. Can I go to your house? She's like, yeah. She's like, my parents are probably asleep, but go ahead. She would let the core people in her house. So I walked to the house to go to the bathroom. I open the door because the door is closed. Flip the lights on. I'm still, I'm not real drunk anymore, but I've been drinking and hanging out. So I'm in that weird phase of like, can I just go home? I turn the lights on. She's in the bathroom sitting in the dark. And I'm like, scared the crap out of me. Oh my God. She shuts the door and she tries to get aggressive with me again. I grab her by the arms and like pull her off. I'm like, no. And she's like, I can't believe you ruined that. You ruined that. She's like, you owe me. And I'm like, what did I ruin? And I don't owe you anything. I don't even know if it'll work now. She pushes me against the door, got up in my face, and was like, I'm not going to quote her, but you don't leave until I tell you to leave. I'm not finished. And she tries kissing me. Pull her off again, and I go, bro. Well, I didn't say bro, but I'm like, you're drunk. She's like, I'm not drunk, but I'm mad at you, and you owe me. I don't think I'll be able to talk to them again. They're never going to come back. And I'm like, so you know what I did? Pushed her further off, shut the door, and held it shut. That woman started banging on the door so loud that her brother comes downstairs, goes, dude, what's going on? I go, she's crazy. She tried to attack me. Dude, she's in there. And I'm like, look, if we gotta get this girl out of here and like, we gotta bury her somewhere, I need lime. I need holy water. I need something sharp and something to set on fire because she's possessed by the devil. He opens the door. She runs out and runs right to me. He grabs her and was like, listen, you got to go home. I don't care how you get there. You can call your dad. And she turned around and smacked him. And I'm like, oh. And he's like, you don't know what this guy did to me. And I'm like, oh, whoa. You attacked. I didn't do anything. She's like, I was talking to somebody that I've been trying to contact for months. And I'm like, is she talking about the weed? Dude, so he like pushes her, he's like, get out of my house. And she turns to me and goes to hit me, and I grab her arm. And I'm like, get out. And so then the couple girls come in, and they start pushing her out. She's flipping. Her like eyes are big, and you don't know, dropping F-bombs. And I'm like, dude, I need a young priest and an old priest. Right now, the power of Christ compels you. And I don't know. But I will tell you this. We got her outside. She disappeared. I don't know what car she came in. I don't know if she walked. I have no idea who she is because we never saw her again. Now, before I dive into this. No, I don't think that she was a demon there. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying nobody knew who she was. People all interacted with her. Somebody brought her there. Somebody there knew who she was. Maybe. Or she was a party hopper. I don't know. But she didn't go to our school. We don't know what car she came, and she disappeared, and she never showed up to any party again. Subsequently, we went to a Halloween party there like the next year with my current girlfriend, well, my girlfriend at the time. We went to that Halloween party. That story was told so many times, but that girl was not there. So it wasn't like she came back. Nobody saw her again. She tried to grape me and possibly kill. I don't know if she was on drugs. She could have been. There's a ton of logical explanations. She could have been on drugs. She could have been drunk. She could have been like suffered a traumatic loss and is trying to like contact her dead brother. I don't know. She could have been a schizophrenic. But the reality is this happened, and it was possibly one of the scariest things I've seen, because I'm not going to get violent with a woman, okay? I'm not going to hit her. I'm not going to fight her. But you come after me that way, I might unalive you if you're that way, and you're threatening me, and you're talking about what was she going to do to me in the field? If she was that mad at me and I wasn't going to give her what she wanted, what was she going to do to me? Maybe I would have ended up dead. But I think the weirdest thing ever was that she did not try to hide it from anybody. She didn't try to hide any of her creepiness from anybody, or, hey, I'm trying to reach somebody. Like, it wasn't a joke. Like, the aggressive behavior on the makeout session that went from like, this is kind of nice, to, whoa, I'm going to die, I'm bleeding, to waiting in the bathroom. Like, was she just waiting for me? Was she going to stay in there all night? Was she going to, what if the party was over and everybody went home? Was she going to come out at the end of the night and mess up those people's house? Like, there are so many weird questions. Like, we should have probably called the cops. Not at that party, but I don't know. And if you look at it from a supernatural perspective, maybe. But if you take all that away, she was flat out crazy. Something happened and sparked something. And she was probably always crazy, but something sparked something with her. I'll never forget it. Now, that party, I think we went the next year and maybe stopped by the following year, and then that was it for me. I just think it's weird that in that circle, nobody knew who she was. Nobody said, oh, that's so-and-so. And I do remember her name. I'm not going to say it, but it's like Beetlejuice. You don't want to say it 3 times, you know? But it was interesting to me that nobody, nothing, nobody questioned me. They saw just how crazy she was when she was in the bathroom and punched that dude, smacked that dude, and then tried to attack me. What? Who you were do you believe that you were contacting somebody? It's crazy, man. That was a Halloween party. That was wild. I'm not going to talk about the other Halloween party because I'm going to go to bed. So I'm going to cut this podcast short. But I hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of like a spooky story from the life of an average Joe. You guys remember I used to do those short stories from an average Joe? I'd keep those podcasts like 35 to 40 minutes, probably like 30 minutes, and tell a really fun short story. It's kind of like this one. Next week, I can tell you the episode is 1 hour and 5 minutes. So be ready, because it's a good one, because I recorded it already. So, bam. Anyway, that's my weird story, and it always makes me wonder, like, if I did follow her into the field, what would have happened? I don't think I would have reaped the benefits of the fun part. She was way too hot to be a demon. But then again, maybe she was. I don't know. That's so weird. This is why you don't mess with Ouija boards, guys. You just don't. I don't have an answer. I think she was probably on something. But then again, I think it's really weird that she never came back, or that nobody talked about her as if they knew her. Everybody talked about the incident, but nobody talked about if they knew her. And that's weird to me. So anyway, spooky season continues next week on the Life of an Average Joe podcast. We're going to talk Halloween costumes, talk about movies. I got some other things, but it's a good episode. We're having a great time here this spooky season, and can't wait for the final episode, actually. We're going to really dive into some supernatural moments. Until next time, be safe and don't mess with the Ouija board because it's horrible. You hear that, Target? Fisher Price? It's enough.